Welcome back to another Vigor basic tutorial. This is tutorial number 3. If you haven't seen the first two, go check those out. First one was a basic shelter tutorial, shows you kind of your home base, what you can do with it, how to build it up, every interface menu that you can possibly encounter, and kind of what to look at on those. Tutorial number 2, we visited our own shooting range, showed you the basics of gun handling, gun shooting, all that stuff. Episode 3, I'm excited because we're gonna get into the gameplay. I know you probably didn't watch the full episode 1 and 2. If you did, I really appreciate you. If you watch this full one, there's probably a little surprise in it at the end or in the middle, so we'll see if anyone actually catches that. But today's tutorial, this is a good one. This is the first encounter tutorial. We're actually going to get into a game, and I'm going to show you kind of what to look for, how to go about it, and then you can kind of figure out what kind of Vigor player you want to be. There's so many different types. So let's get started. So first, we're going to want to go to our interface. We're going to want to go to our loadout. We're going to want to pick a gun that we want to bring. I have a bunch of M16s. I like the M16. I'm going to bring that. Make sure you go down and get some ammo. Like I said in video number 1, this is something a lot of new Vigor players forget. They forget to get ammo. So I'm going to bring 160. I only have 154 left. I'm going to go ahead and craft, a couple stacks, just because I'm running low. So we'll craft those, add that, and then we're going to back out. We're going to grab a few heals. These are cheap, and I have a whole bunch of them, so I like to bring, 5 or so, and then bandages. Now each heal does something different. I forgot to go over this. This is going to be more in future tutorial when I actually go through all the consumables. But pretty much if you highlight it, it'll tell you what it does. A bandage is going to restore half of your health. So if you're at half and you only have half health left, well, it's only going to give you a quarter. It's going to give you exactly half of what you're missing. Disinfectant, it says it heals minor injuries. I think it does 30% heal, which it can actually heal you to full. A bandage will never get you full health. Disinfectant, you can heal to full. And then there's like antibiotics, which it restores full health over a long period of time and stuff like that, but we'll go over that later. But I'm just going to bring some bandages and some disinfectants, and then we're going to go to the outline screen. So when picking an encounter, you're going to want to, when you're first starting, you're not going to know any of the maps, so really just get into one. It doesn't matter. But you'll notice we have the Diverg Forest. Now you'll see a timer underneath. Vigor has their maps on a map rotation timer. I think it's an hour and 15 minutes for everyone. So in 5 minutes and 51 seconds, starting now, a new map's gonna pop up right here, and it'll be up for an hour and 15 minutes. Bridges, still has 50 minutes left, so that one is going to disappear in 50 minutes and a new one. Sawmill doesn't have a timer because that's their newest map, so they want people to just be able to play it as much as they want. And then these are 2 different game modes down here that we'll get into later. That are like respawn type game modes where you don't actually take any of your stuff with you. You just go in there with nothing and you play the game. Those are really good for learning, how each gun works and just how to shoot. And there'll be a tutorial on those stuff later down the road. But we're gonna go ahead and do the bridges mainly because I want to cover looting in this video as well as other stuff. And the forest and the sawmill have areas to loot, but they're kind of really crowded, so we have a chance of not really being able to do what we want to. So when you have your guns, your ammo, you have your bandages, you have everything you're gonna need. If you have a friend, you've invited your friend, whatever, go ahead and pick your map, hit A, and now you'll look down in the bottom left, it'll tell you the map. It says looking for encounter, and there's a little timer. Now this timer can sometimes it takes a while, up to 2 minutes for an encounter. If it goes past like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, I'll cancel it, which you can do by holding the minus button. I'll cancel it and just go start it over because sometimes it takes a while. But usually while I'm waiting for that to go, I'll just come over here to the firing range and lay waste to some scarecrows. I try to move around like I would do if it was an actual person. I don't just sit here and aim at these scarecrows real slow at their head and shoot them in the head and kill them. If you're in a gunfight, you're probably going to be strafing. You're probably going to be doing that. So kind of try to warm up the sticks a little. Move back and forth. Shoot the scarecrows. Shoot the signs. Go from first person to third person. You know, just kind of warm up on everything. Switch the shoulder, shoot over the left shoulder. Sometimes you try something crazy, like a headshot third person on the farthest scare zone. You know, just have fun with it. This game's fun. I was taking it too serious for a while because I was #1 in the world for kills per encounter, and then I realized it kind of got boring. So you see now I'm #2 because Kobe passed me, R.I.P. But I was #1 for a while. I've got a picture on the Switch. Actually, do I have that here? Oh, actually, you can't leave Vigor for too long or it backs you out of everything. Anyway, yeah, I was #1 for a while. I was trying so hard to get like 3-4 kills every game, and it just took the fun out of it. So now I was like, let's make some tutorials. Let's make some highlight bits and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing now. But I'll be back once we get into certain. Never mind. So if you look in the bottom left, preparing server. So that means it's going to load us into the server. Alright, so here you go. Get into your map loading screen. Alright, this next screen can be a little intimidating, but I'm going to kind of try to go through it. Tell you kind of what's going on. Once it loads up. Alright, so you'll notice, first thing when it pops up, you're probably going to notice each card is an individual player. So we're going to have all those players. Now when that timer's up, the players are actually going to pop up. Oh, there they are. So what you can do is you can hit your R and your L. You can go between each player. If you hit X, it's going to show you actually what gun they're bringing and what level they are and what badge. This guy's traveled 5,000 kilometers. This guy has 50 kills. But it's going to show you what each gun each person is using. So looks like we've got an M16. There's an AUR. This guy has nothing, so he's probably just going to loot. This guy is a Moisen. You know, just kind of look. You can see what level people are, what guns they're bringing, all that kind of stuff. If they have cool badges, and then you can even look at their outfits, see what different people are wearing. It's kind of cool. If you look down here, it says more loot, better crate insurance. You can pay crowns if you do more loot, which I'll go ahead and do one. It'll boost it. So now the loot is 150%. So whatever the normal loot was, there's 50% more loot. You can boost the crate, which if you get the crate, it'll be a better crate, and I'll show all that in a while. So every time you start, you'll see this. It's kind of just like a pre-lobby. You get to figure out where you want. So what we're gonna do is go to the signal detector. It looks like a little radar on the map. So if you ping something and then you look up on the top on my compass, you'll see a yellow star. I pinged the radar detector. Now I'm gonna run over, and you just kind of run straight to it. I'll show you what the signal detector does as long as I don't die while I'm going over here. Oh, there's a guy here. There's a guy here. Oh, got him. All right. Well, that was fun for the video. If you see something on the ground, like I said, interacting, just hold Y. This will be his loot. If you hit the X button, it'll take everything. If you want specific things, just click on them. But I usually just hit take all on the first guy because my inventory is pretty low. And just take everything. But we're going to do this quick. That way someone doesn't show up. Signal detector is this radar. You hold Y. Usually I'll go hide after I do that. And then if you open the map, it's going to show you the location of everybody. Holy crap. So there's 2 guys kind of close to me over here. There's 7 people in this area. And there's 1 up here. So what I usually do is I'll mark the closest people. That way I know where they're at. But now I'm actually going to go to this comm station so I can show you all what a comm station does. So go ahead and sit tight. Alright, so I've showed you what the comm station symbol is. It's the radio. This is the little tower. The signal detector shows you where everyone's at. So now this one, this is the barred house. It's the little square with the X in it. This is the dangerous one. So this is a house that has wood and everything on the doors and windows. You have to open the wood just by interacting with it, and you actually have to get into the barred house. Inside the barred house, which I'm going to try to get there and show you, but that's where all the fighting just was, so might not make it. But if I get there and I get to the safe, I'll show you what it is. One thing real quick I'll share with you while I'm walking by it. there are these phones throughout the map. There's phone booths and there's just regular phones. You can use them and it'll send out a phone call to the whole map. And if someone picks up the phone, they'll actually be live pinged on your map and you'll be live pinged for them. It's called a phone duel. It's kind of just like a, if you're looking for someone to kill, it's going to show you exactly where that person's at. So let me see if I can get in this barred house real quick. Alright, we're at the barred house. I just killed somebody and he had a teammate. So I guess I have Lone Wolf on, which I didn't know. But I'm gonna try to get into this barred house. That way y'all can see. Usually if you get here first, if it's a big house like this, you can still go in the doors and stuff like so. But then there's going to be a certain part of the house, which this one I think is upstairs. It's got wood on the windows and the doors. Someone's angry. So this one I believe is upstairs. We're going to want to be careful because I think there were people in here. Wait, is this even the barred house? It is. Where's the... Oh, it must be downstairs. So somewhere in the barred house there's going to be a wooded off room. Okay, here it is. Oh, there's a dead body in here. See, oh, there's 2 dead bodies. Thompson. I'll take materials. I need materials right now. There's another dead body right here. AKM. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The plane is coming.
That's the safe. If it has a white dot on it, you can loot it. There's stuff in it. Somebody's outside. Yeah, they took everything in it, so you can't loot it, but usually there would be, you know, there'd be a white dot, and you just open it, and you like to go into that. It usually has like a bunch of materials in it, and sometimes guns, depending on if it's boosted or not. But yeah, that's the barred house. The safe, you can loot it. I'll try to get a video of one where I'm actually able to go in there and loot it. So you just heard a plane fly over. So in this green circle, there's going to be an airdrop. It's going to be a crate that gives you those crates I was talking about. We're going to see if we can make it over there without dying. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, you just saw it fall right there, parachute. See if we can get over there. Alright, so we died. We didn't get the crate. I'm going to try to get the crate in the next one. That way you can see it. But real quick, this is what it's going to look like after every game. It's going to give you your stats for that game. So I had 2 kills, 2 of them as a lone wolf. I guess I went in as a lone wolf. Don't do that for your first game. It'll tell you everything you looted. I looted 126 wire, 8 electronics, all that stuff. I had a headshot, I had glass, all that. Now, you don't keep any of that stuff you looted because I died. So that all went on the ground and that guy could have got it. The next page is going to show you your stats. It'll show you the previous game, the game you just had, and then your all-time stuff. Like my all-time, you know, my kills went up, my kills per encounter went down, my loot value went down, and my survival rate went down. And then if you go to the last one, it's going to, usually here it'll tell you what you escaped with, but I died. So it says I lost my equipment and I got a little bit of materials for it, but that's about it. And it says insurance, you would have kept your loadout. When you're in the pre-lobby, you can spend 60 crowns on insurance, but it's really not worth it. So I'm going to get into one more game, see if I can get to the crate for y'all. And then that'll probably be the end of this episode. Hey y'all, real quick, still trying to get this crate on the 4th freaking game trying. Well, came in this building, this guy was in here, scared the crap out of me, but we killed him. Looked in his inventory, looted him. He had the photo. There's 2 of these per map. It's going to show you a picture. It's going to show you an X. And there's going to be a spot on the ground you can dig. And there's like a bunch of loot in it. I personally don't know where they're all at. So if you find a picture, look at it. Like, oh, I've been there. You can go there and dig up the loot. And they usually have some pretty good loot in them, but I wanted to show y'all that. It's the first time we've seen it. If I actually get to a dig spot and dig it, I'll show y'all that also. Be right here, yep. Instant open, you can only grab one, and then you get out. Now, you are marked as soon as you grab that, unless you get the stealth thing on the comm station. I'm marked on the map for everyone to see, and it updates like every 3 seconds, so you definitely want to try to get out. Thankfully this one was close to the exit. That's what it looked like. It just shows a little gold crate. grab it. Now when you leave an encounter, you haven't seen this yet, you have to get to the exit and you have to wait 10 seconds. So usually there's something to hide behind. Boom, we made it out. We finally freaking got one. Oh, I'm glad I don't care about my KD anymore because it went way down trying to make this dang part of the video. But anyway, there we go. We got one kill. We got a little bit of loot. And we finally made it out. So to show you your loot, your level, your XP, from the next screen, your stats, everything that happened during that game. And then finally you get to see this screen. This is the loot you got out with. So at the top, you see it says airdrop content. We got it, and it's going to be one gray crate. And if you look here, this is the weapons you came out with, the ammo, the consumables, the parts, the resources, and the food. And yeah, so now we return to the shelter. Finally freaking got it. My KD, I was at a 2.4 kills per encounter, which was good for second place in the world. I believe I'm still second place in the world, but it's now a 2.25 because I was just trying to get a crate for y'all for this tutorial. We're still in second, not by much, but we're still in second. But yeah, so you get the crate and then you come back to your base, and there it is down there. Click on it and you open it up. And it looks like we got some materials and some crowns. That's good. One more quick thing before we sign off on this episode. Any consumables or ammo or guns you got are going to be in your loadout. So if you see, I actually killed a guy with an M16, picked his up. So now I have two. So you can click on it, put it in your stash. I also found a bottle of painkillers and I got his ammo. So that'll show up. Ammo, consumables, and guns show up here. Everything else, all your building resources, instantly just stay at your shelter. You don't have to worry about them. So just worry about your ammo, your guns, and your healing. Well, that's it for the basic encounter tutorial. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. You kind of got to see everything that's in an encounter. I pretty much touched everything that was on the map. The comm station, the signals, the bard house we kind of barely touched, but pretty much you saw the safe. If you're the first one there, the safe will be closed. You just have to open the safe. It takes about 60 seconds to open, so you start it, then you go hide, and then it'll open and you can loot it. And it usually has pretty good stacked loot. You saw how to loot out of a car or out of a chest or out of a toolbox. Pretty much anything with a little white dot you can interact with, you can loot it. Just grab everything and bring it back. You only keep what you get out with. So if you get in there and you loot a bunch of stuff that you want, go ahead and get on out of there if you don't care about your kills. If you want to wait for the airdrop, try to get a crate. Just know you're risking dying like I did multiple times and losing everything you have. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more tutorials, make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell. That way you can see when the next one goes live. This should be the third one in 3 days. So we are knocking out some tutorials, but yeah, I think we'll have maybe one more basic tutorial on the other game modes, elimination and shootout, and then after that I'm going to get into some more intermediate and I'm not expert, but more intermediate and advanced tutorials of some mechanics that you're going to want to use to become a better player. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you out. Again, anything I missed or anything you want to know, leave it in the comments down below, or come check out the live stream. It'll be in the description. Ask me there. But again, appreciate the support, and I will see you on the next one.